Hold on, I'm start making the second part of the video. So, alright, this is about the naphtha, but before I get started with the naphtha, I want to show you the original stuff. So this is the original front end, headlamp and all the stuff, but I had a nice setup because, well, I had the road book fitted on this on the original office, and then I have the carburetor tablet with the mount. I just want to share the way I've done it because it's very solid. And as you know, T7, they vibrate, everything is flexible, and if you're doing off-road, it's like, whoa, eventually will break. So main thing, I have these Chinese reinforcements. Now a lot of companies sell them as they develop them, blah blah. It's not, it's just China stuff. So get it from eBay, directly from China, whatever, they're cheap. There's only 2 bits. So this goes to the bar on the top and bolts to the headlamp. But what I did, I reinforced it even more. I welded a couple of tubes, one here, then one across, and it goes down to the original mounts. But obviously, if you're not comfortable welding the stuff on the original stuff, on the original parts, then this is not for you. But if you want to do it, I can guarantee this works very well. Everything is very stable. Now, in addition to that, again, eBay, some companies sell it for 70-80 euros or pounds because again they claim they've done it. No, again, China, it's probably 30 quid. This bracket here comes from here. All of this is for the GPS mount they sell it. Again, 35 pounds on eBay. And it goes, the other side is supposed to be this. It kind of spaces out. It should be like that, and it has all the mounts for all the various GPS mounts and all the, all the classical stuff. I didn't use this obviously because I used that bracket just to have like a template or like a flat surface to board the carburetor mount, which it had to be redrilled. I've done different holes there because I want it to be flat, not sticking too much on this side. Because if you use this plate, it will work as a spacer, and then the template will be further closer to me, which I didn't like it. I wanted to be closer to the bike, to the windscreen. So this works very well and was very solid. I've done off-road stuff with this, some jumps and all that stuff, and it was really solid. The only downside is everything is heavy, hence obviously the naphtha, and also it's very expensive, so if you break it, you're crying. So I was gonna take this off because I want to make a mount for the naphtha as well, but before I do it, I thought I'm just gonna show you the way to do it on the standard parts, and everything is solid. So there you go, this is how it works. Yeah, well, I take this off and I put everything on a weight and see the difference, and then I'm gonna show you what I've done on that. Okay, so here we go. This is the standard one, well, just the headlamp, these sections here, plus the reinforcements. They're not heavy, but obviously they add some little weight, but I have no screen on the front. However, I will count them in as a part of the headlamp unit because you really need this to make this stuff work properly without wobbling and anything. And this is a basic mount for anything, your phone or whatever, so this is pretty much the basic setup. On my naphtha you got everything on already, but the navigation tower, obviously, to make sense, it has to have the road book holder, so I'm gonna weight everything in as it is. As you see, there's no clocks, so no clocks waiting. To be fair, lights, everything is on. Obviously this one has a screen, this one doesn't have a screen, so it's going to be slight difference. But let's go and weigh this up. Okay, so this one, there you go, you can see it, 4.6 kilograms. There you go. And now the naphtha, complete of everything with the screen. The windscreen is fairly big, so it weighs a little, and we are at 3.8. I would say 3.6 is very reasonable to call. I'm not gonna remove the screen, there's no point, but we can call it for 3.6 without the screen. So there you go. This is 1 kilogram lighter than the original one. And the beauty of this, Andrew, could you come on, fuck it, just do it.
I can.
Just grab the camera for a second and point at me. So the beauty of this is in one, just stay before. It's one piece unit, so all you need, instead of just assembling half the bike for that one, the original one, you literally slide this in. Yeah. Put one. Two. One connector. Second connector. That's my battery charge, 13.4. And that's the light. Of course, I have to put the nuts on this, tied up, but literally takes what, 30 seconds to put the NAFTA on NAFTA out. And that's the beauty of it. The second thing is, well, obviously now wobbles because it's not tight, but this is flexible enough to don't break when you fall in comparison to that one, but it doesn't wobble at all. So strong, light, you can remove it within 30 seconds, put it on 30 seconds. So I think this is a huge improvement over the standard one if you want to do any kind of rally racing. This is the third prototype now. Actually, no, this is the second proto. The first one modifying the standard unit. The second one was something similar to this, no? Yes? I can't remember. Now I'm talking shit. This is the first one. This is the second one. Yes, and that was a final. I really like this one. The only thing, I've done it very quickly. It wasn't very precise. It wasn't exactly in the middle of the bike. It was heading on one side, and it was different cutouts for the lights. So now I've done a final version, which is this, just refined. Slightly bigger hair on this side, so I have more space to put IQOS here. This, friend of mine pointed out, you're not gonna leave it this one, because if you fly over the bars, they go on your neck. Yes, I'm not gonna leave them here. I'm waiting when my IQOS arrives, so I wanna put a proper bracket for the IQOS here and then shave this off. But obviously I need the rest of the stuff to be able to design how this is gonna look like. And electrics as well, these were done just before the last rally I did. Very quickly, just to make it work. It's not pretty, this is going to be redesigned again, but the electrics, even electrics, are very simple. Everything is under fuse, but it's only one generic fuse, and because I want to, because obviously you need the power to a roadbook holder and IQOS, I'm going to put a little box with separated fuses. So if something goes wrong, that is the only thing that we're going to have to, with the blown fuse, we can diagnose the problem. But apart that, it's very simple. Then you put this on, where your clock's on. Let me just slide this up. There's a slide. There you go. No, that's not the way. That's the way. Sorry. Do in one hand. Slide the wires in. Fit it in. There you go. Now, usually, well, you can put bolts on this side, the original one, screws. Usually I run a zip tie all around this, so I can just pop the zip tie, get it off and get it out, because now with the screen being fixed, it's not easy to get to these screws. You have to use a small screwdriver, so I'm probably gonna go back with the zip tie, because again, race bike. This is almost fitted. I just have to find the angle and make it mount on the bottom. Lights, these are very powerful. Chinese knockoff of the original ones, but I don't know. These are very bright, and yeah, they're really good. Well, obviously the camera won't pick it up, but Andrew's getting flashed. Very happy with that. Very happy with that. So what's next? Next I have to remove the roadbook holder, and I want to put the carburetor holder for the electronic roadbook, because obviously you got the tablet. The tablet is here. This is how it looks like before the camera runs out of the battery. So military grade. I did not get this directly from the carburetor. I got this directly from the factory. It's called RT71 Pro. If you can see it, same thing. And that's it. And this is actually brighter on the screen. And also this, in comparison to the carburetor original one, has this anti-glare film, which makes stuff a little less precise to, not too really precise. No, it doesn't. It's good. But on the minimum illumination of this screen, you can see everything in the worst case scenario. So very bright sun, under the glare, you see everything. With the illumination of the screen at the minimum, means you're using less battery, because everything runs at minimum output. Where the carburetor, the original one, apparently you have to run it at the maximum to be able to see it. All you need is this anti-glare film. This comes with this anti-glare film already fitted, and I'm really happy with this. Awesome, very good, very good. So I was gonna go on, and I'm gonna continue to show you what I did, what I didn't. And Marcus from Everything Tenebrae, interested? Do you want it? Do you want to experiment with? Because you're handy with the stuff. You made your own reinforcements. If you want to test it, I can send you the link to the lights. Those lights, they're gonna fit on this straight away. But I can send you the template of this one, and you can do exactly what I did, using this as a template and make your own one proper, like nicer. This works. This it did races and rally and training with me, and probably this will probably never break. And as obviously got all the plates for the clocks and all that stuff, but again, they're not precise. I've just done them quickly, you know. This goes here, then there's another plate that goes here for the roadbook holder, and then I had the two big holes to put the switches for the lights. So it's all been experimental and all the stuff, but all the sizes, all the measurements are spot on, at least for me. And this is the result, because this NAFTA is exactly identical copy to that one. The only thing is this section here is longer by 15 mil, that's all. But it accepts the same lights, accepts the clocks in the same position. This is what you see from here. So the clocks are a little bit moved, towards the bike and slightly lower, so that gives you more space for the roadbook, either this one or the new electric one. I think it's good. The screen is the medium version of the prototype team. The Italian company makes them. It's got the shape of the original one, kind of, because it's more curved, but it has more space here for all this stuff, and has this nice shape here. I really like it, actually. All right. Gonna put the camera in the charge. I'm gonna put the carburetor on somehow and continue the video in a minute. Right, so this is with the carburetor on. I'll remove the front screen because I don't want to risk it to drop it and scratch it and break it or whatever. So, plus for the ease of working with it, I'll remove the roadbook holder, number one, and this is the electronic one. This is how it fits. I like it. It's pretty much the same as the other one, but this is obviously much smaller, thinner. It's heavier, but it's thinner, so it stays deeper. It was a little bit too deep, so I just made 10 mil spacer and screws going through, so 4 screws, 2 each side, and that's all. And there you go. Full mount. This is how it's from rider point of view, so you can still see the whole dash, the gear you're in. Standing up, no, you won't be able to see the gear you're in. Maybe, well, yes, I think yes, you would. But yeah, this is all visible, and again, it's only visible and because I moved it towards the rider and down, so it's a different position. So I don't have to have these very high, because although it could be awkward for the shoulder riders like me or normal people or even long ones, who cares, just being very tall, it's obstructing your vision when you're sitting down, but also the further away from the frame, the biggest the pivot, the lever of the weight. So this tire is not only lighter, but everything is closer to the bike. Because obviously you weigh the bike, which is all static, but the bike is a dynamic thing. You ride it, especially in your racing, is everything shakes, goes up and down, left and right, and all that stuff. So the further away, the greater the weight is, the greater the stress on the mechanical parts, on the frame mount, on the mount itself, on the tower itself. Just everything is more under the stress. The closer, less the stress, dynamically speaking. So that is the reason everything is, obviously one of the reasons everything is closer. But yeah, this is what I see pretty much from my point of view. This is, the camera is exactly where my eyes are. So there you go, this is what you see. Standing up, there you go, down. Yeah, I like it. And I can't even remember where's the road book on this. Oh, here. Yeah, and there's your road book, partial and all that stuff. And then you have a Bluetooth. I don't like having a Bluetooth command because, you know, I prefer hardwired. I know Bluetooth is very easy and simple and stuff, but I would rather have a hardwired. I'm not saying the Bluetooth one could cause problems, or it does, because I haven't tested it good enough, but I don't know, it's just my own peace of mind, have proper wires, proper plug, but I guess it will work either way. And this is the command, all the electronics I have here in this sample. This is the junction box for the road book. So one connector with this goes to the power, one connector goes to the road book, the other connector goes to a switch, which is somewhere here. This one here, you mount it on the handlebars, and you scroll your road book up and down. But I have to get another one and extend it bigger, so I have more outputs for the Icos as well, Tripmasters. And this is the one I choose, the Bluetooth one. So you put it here, and you have a joystick. You scroll up and down. Obviously it doesn't work because it doesn't have any power now, because bike is all set up with that thing. So you can scroll up and down with the joystick. Then you have three buttons here. So you got the minus, plus, and this looks like an enter. So probably, yeah, selecting the functions. But you can program these to whatever you want. But I guess you can scroll the road book up and down with this, do corrections on this, and enter different modes with this. Very simple. Then you have your total, your partial. You can, yes, you. Oh, Jesus Christ! I shouldn't be anywhere close to. What? What is this? Recent files phone. No, I don't want that. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I shouldn't get any close to this stuff. But yeah, you can lock the screen, so even if you touch it like I did now, accidentally, it will not react. We only react to this. Hopefully, when you react to this only, this still works all the time, because if that reacts to this only and this gets destroyed or something going to happen, However, this is how it looks like, and I think we can wrap this up about the NAFTA. This is how it looks like without the screen. Actually, no, there's one last thing I want to do. This is the old screen I had. Yes, it was mounted on the zip tires, and it actually was a good thing because everyone could recognize this bike as a race bike because of the zip tires, correct?
Because race bike.
Exactly, because race bike. So this was here, and although at the beginning I didn't like it, I did not like it at all, but it did a great job. First of all, because I could mount it with the zip tires, and also it took a massive beating. The stones of the size almost as my fist were flying from the front. They were shot off from the tires, from the bikes in the front. Me going towards them, speeds vary between 30 and 70, 80 miles an hour, not kilometers, miles an hour, and straight into my helmet on the handguards. That's why I said you really need them on the rallies in that kind of terrain when there's stones and all that stuff. This is not from falling off, this is from stones. They will be hitting my hands, and there's no protection on the gloves, so broken 100%. It will be without the handguards. So yeah, they probably do a better job protecting your hands from that than from when the bike falls off. But also this deflects all those stones, and I'm gonna actually pause the video for a second. I want to wash it, I want to clean this from the dirt. I want to really see what's the damage, because if this was broken in half or snapped, I will not be surprised. It took so much beating. So let's clean this up and see what the real damage is, because I bet you this is actually a better material than what is it, than this from the prototype team, because I can see it already. Now, if you probably can't see it on the camera, but it already has the scratches just because it was in contact with my headlamp. They don't seem to come off. I don't know, this looks like fragile on the surface. You can really get it scratched very quickly. Maybe wrong, maybe it could be polished off, but that one, this one, I know already doesn't do it. You can try to scratch it, it will not. You just, you know, wash it off. Let me clean this and then get back to you. All right, so we've cleaned this one, and the light, maybe this, I don't know why you can see it better, but it took some beating. You can see there are marks, deep marks, one here, here, there, but this is no major. I was expecting much worse. Scratches are not there though. I don't, yeah, maybe behind here from the headlamps, because this actually was resting on the headlamps this way. You see, these marks correspond to the edge of my lights, because it was resting there, scratching and vibrating. So yeah, I'm not surprised it is scratched here. I didn't put nothing to protect it, because this was just experiment. Shut up. So that was just I was looking for a windscreen for the NAFTA, and this was an experiment. This is actually from the Yamaha Tracer. There you go, Yamaha Tracer 900, I believe. I've just chopped these edges here to make it a bit more tenore shaped, and I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all at the beginning, but it was a good shape as protecting my lights and the NAFTA and all the stuff, so it worked. And then it just grown on me. It's very robust, it's very scratch proof, it's stones proof, because again they were flying at a ridiculous speed and it was huge, so we're expecting this to be broken, to be honest, and it didn't. I guess part of that reason was because it was mounted with the zip ties. It was fairly flexible. If that was solid mounted like on aluminium, NAFTA or steel NAFTA or whatever, you know, the solid stuff as usually been used, this I'm sure had more chances to be actually cracked, broken or whatever. And because it's flexible, it absorbed the first impact. This is my guessing, my theory. If it's right or not, I don't know, but could kind of make sense. This, I have to say, it really grown on me, and it looks like a, well, it looks like a shield. Like a knight's shield. I really like it. Maybe for slower stuff when the speeds are not long distance, I might still keep it. If I'm doing the same championship, I'm gonna keep it, because I'm sure the beating this took, this one will not take. I got the feeling. So I'm probably gonna use that one, and it's easy to put on, just zip ties. It worked. It really worked good, so I'm gonna keep that one. And this one here is gonna be for long distances, because I already tested both of them in speed, like motorway stuff, and this does a much better job at protecting me from the air buffering. This removes the air away from me, but it has that effect when there's no air, lots of air here, concentrated, and it buffers on your helmet and on your shoulders. So it's not really that good at speed. Obviously, in the middle of the racing, when you're in a rush, who cares? Stones thrown on you and everything shakes and you're jumping and you're trying to hold on your life. So who cares a bit of buffering? But long distance stuff, I guess a bit of wind protection will be handy. So definitely that. Plus that one looks much better, obviously, because you know it's designed for the T7 and all the stuff, blah blah. But this one, although what do you think, Andrew? Do you like this one? Because I'm biased now, because obviously I can't. Oh Jesus Christ!
I think they're very similar shape. I think the
What are you talking about? It's got nothing to do with this shape. It's completely different.
What?
This is flat. That is curved.
Yeah, but the frontal shape is similar.
Like, this is the front of the bike, and that's front of the bike. That's what.
No, like frontal profile, like that. If you just took a photo
but I'm talking in general, overall.
I prefer the curve.
Yeah, there you go. It's like the curve is much nicer, and I agree with him. It probably is. This is just growing on me because we've been through some heavy stuff with it, so I really like it. I want to keep it. I'm probably gonna use it again. Yes. Yes, it's kind of ugly, but the good ugly. The ugly one that does the job. We like it. And this one here is just the, well, this one here is the beauty queen. But I guess we're gonna put it on a test. We see how long it's gonna survive. We'll see. So yes, you've seen the NAFTA with the road book. Obviously missing the ICOs, so road trips, the trip meters. This is with the electric, obviously it's not bolted, electric road book. The beauty of this, it is expensive, but this works with everything. So you have your dashboard. So you have, I got my apps, so the TED, Google Maps, Locus Maps. Then you have drive mode dash, so you can get rid of your clocks, because this will replace your clocks. You can buy this OBD sender you plug into your bike, and it sends your RPMs, your engine temp, and all the parameters and all the stuff, the speed and everything. So it can do that. I don't use it for that, but it can do it. You can even see now his time is running and all the stuff. You got the miles per hour. Then you have more options for the apps. Obviously the internet and all the stuff. You can plug your card in, so it has its own internet. There you go. That's maps probably. Is it not? There you go. Then you have this, which I can't remember what it is. That's all the apps. This is settings, control setting, brightness. You see, but I keep it on low because don't need more. Music volume, okay. Rotation unlocked, or rotation unlocked, so it doesn't, if you crash, it doesn't switch the screen, I guess. As global settings, we don't need that. We want this. But the beauty of this is, like, although it is expensive, but it has everything. You can use this for the navigation as the GPS, and this you can crash, nothing will gonna happen. This is completely waterproof, like submerged waterproof. I'm not saying water resistant, just waterproof, big difference. Dust proof, shock proof, and all that stuff. The battery lasts long time. It charges very quickly, and again, because this is not the original carburetor and it has this film on the top, I can run just the minimal brightness on the screen and there's absolutely no glare from the sun, so I can save a lot of battery energy. But also the main thing, you have the trip meters already, so you have a total ampage. Okay, this is from the GPS, so people argue that the GPS one not always works correctly. You should run both of them. The one is just mechanically connected to your front wheel, and the reason for that is that imagine the bike going in a straight line, level, that would be great. But if you're climbing up, GPS, I don't think it sees this distance. It sees the distance from here to here, but you're going more vertical, so it will not be accurate or precise.
All right.
What is going on?
Taking this off.
Why?
Because it gave me more space. Then.
Oh, okay. You take the wheels off as well.
Yeah.
Ah, that makes sense. Jesus. Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. Keep going. So even running this, I will still use the mechanical one. Although I hear that I'm not sure. I may be wrong. But I hear this one can actually be connected to the wheel sensor as well. And yeah, I think there was something like this. I think I'm not right. I'm not wrong. I'm right. You can connect it to the. Fuck off. Shut up. Keep it quiet. He's a cunt. Go on. What do you want to say?
No.
Or is that
you won't be wrong.
Bastard. So yes, this can be connected now. Remember, it can be connected to the wheel, so you could do both. This is a good option. Now, I know some of the rallies they use the digital road book. Some of the rallies they still use the paper one, which is that one, the old school, which I like more because it's old school as it used to be, as it should be. Some rallies they accept both. So Rally Moto in UK is a club. They organize rallies. It's not racing. It's just an event. It's not timed. It's just on the. They kind of give you a score on a precision. They use both. So I'm probably gonna do one event with them to test this, how it works, and then obviously do something a bit bigger. That one, because if you do a British Rally Championship, it's a bit of a bullshit because it's not on navigation. You have a track which is signed with strips and arrows and all that stuff, so it's kind of like enduro track, and they call it rally, but it's almost rally without navigation. Exactly, it's not really the way they won the Baja Rally Championship that the last round I've done. That was great for practicing in speed and concentrating on the driving only. But if you have to add the navigation into it, it's completely different ballgame. Because like Leo was saying, he didn't want rally, he's fast. Who cares? He went lost. It's like, I know you're fast, but mate, he was there. It was there, like 15 kilometers back, supposed to turn right. So the rally is, you're going fast on a bike, you're going safe on a bike because it's a long distance. So to win the race, you have to finish the race first. So you have to get there in time, don't get lost, because when you get lost, you're losing time. And I've seen this already, that I've seen slower drivers, slower riders, but being more accurate, more precise on navigation, they actually win the rallies because, there you go. But in UK, there's no motorcycle rally championship or any races, like proper rallies.